The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by the Honorable John Fitzgerald, State Representative from the 83rd District. Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise? Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let us first join together in a moment of silent reflection, meditation, and prayer to allow for all beliefs to be welcomed in this space. Let us pray. Loving God, as we gather here today as lawmakers and representatives of our communities, we ask for your wisdom and guidance to lead us in a way that is just and compassionate. You have taught us and tasked us to walk in your way and to treat all people with the respect and kindness that all people are deserving of. Gracious God, you remind us to remain humble, to remember that our decisions impact the lives and well-being of those not only in this chamber, but all people across our great state. May we treat one another with respect and dignity, see past our differences, and come together with open hearts and open minds, committed to finding solutions that serve all people. May we be guided by your spirit of love, compassion, and kindness in all that we do. We ask for your presence, your protection, and your blessing as we embark on this journey together. May we do all this in your name, we pray. Amen.
The clerk will open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members may check in at their desks.
For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Fitzgerald.
Thank you very much. Today I am pleased to welcome one of my first school groups to the Capitol here today. I'm joined in the West Gallery by students from Wyoming Public Schools and their educator, Ms. Kaminga. I thank you very much for this opportunity to welcome them to the state capitol here today.
Will the special guests of Representative Fitzgerald please rise? Welcome to Michigan House of Representatives.
Speaker recognizes Representative Preston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I'm honored to have from my district an impressive group of 4 career technical education students and 3 teachers from the Delta Schoolcraft ISD in Escanaba. They're seated in the West Gallery. Please help me welcome them to the Capitol.
Will the guests of Representative Preston please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Representative Rogers.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to welcome and say farewell to one of our Western Michigan University Capitol interns, Jacob Walsh, who is with us in the gallery. We really appreciate his efforts and work in our office this semester.
Will the guests of Representative Rogers please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Thank you for your service. Speaker recognizes Representative Liberati.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I have a fourth grade class from Benny Elementary School, 28 students, their chaperones, and their teacher, Mrs. Klein, from my hometown of Allen Park, Michigan. They're in the East Gallery.
Will the guests of Representative Liberati please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Members, please check in at your desks. Speaker recognizes Representative Coons.
Colleagues, I'd like to bring your attention to some special guests that I have in the gallery today from Clare, Harrison, and Gladwin High Schools. They are here for the CTE program in Heritage Hall.
Will the guests of Representative Coons please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Representative Vanderwall.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Hey, everybody here in the chamber. I want to have a special announcement. I have 16 students and 10 adults from Covenant Christian School in Mason County that are here visiting us today in the West Gallery. I would love to have you recognize them and thank them for being here.
Will the guests of Representative Vanderwall please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse absent members.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, a quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Okay, all right. Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed to the order of motions and resolutions.
Without objection, so ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
I move to proceed to the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 7-8.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 7-8, introduced by Representative Steckloff, a resolution to declare April 16th through 22nd, 2023 as Holocaust Memorial Week in the state of Michigan.
Members, we have colleagues that are going to be addressing the body. Please quiet down and give them your attention. Speaker recognizes Representative Arbit.
Tuesday was Yom HaShoah, Day of the Catastrophe, or Holocaust Remembrance Day in the Hebrew calendar. While International Holocaust Day in January commemorates the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau by Allied forces, Yom HaShoah commemorates a different event altogether. It commemorates the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, in which Warsaw's Jews took up arms to fight back against the Nazis and defend their families from extermination. Yom HaShoah commemorates Jewish resistance as much as it commemorates catastrophe. But Madam Speaker, I cannot help but feel that we have not done a good job remembering. Both within this chamber and without, I see the way in which the horrors of the Holocaust are trivialized by the ignorant and instrumentalized by the malignant. I see the way in which the far right seeks to deny the humanity of Jews, while the far left seeks only to affirm our so-called privilege. A decade ago, I traveled to Poland on a journey called the March of the Living, where Jews from across the world visit the Nazi death camps and reflect on the atrocities committed against our people on that same soil. This year marks 10 years since my trip, and my mom, dad, and eldest brother are in Poland right now. Before my mom left, I told her, "You will come back a changed person." I was changed after my own journey. How can you not be changed after witnessing the descent of humanity into barbarism, cruelty, and evil? Standing at the death camps, at the site of the worst atrocities committed against the Jewish people, is inconceivable. How can you not be changed? I still remember seeing the deep scratches on the walls of the gas chambers and thinking, how does a flimsy fingernail make a dent into hard concrete? Desperation, desolation, despair. Yesterday, my mom wrote me and my twin brother an email update. Evan and Noah, tonight we are in Lublin. This is where my papa was born. He lived here until he was about 10 years old. It's nice to think of him and perhaps wonder if I am walking on the same streets as him and his parents, your great-grandparents. Lublin is a pretty town. The buildings are very colorful. Earlier today, we went to the site of a mass grave in a forest where many Jewish children were murdered. Our guide read aloud a letter that a mother had sewn into her infant daughter's dress. The letter explained all the terrible happenings and why this infant girl's parents had made the decision to pay a Christian family to hide her, knowing that it was her best chance her daughter had at survival. It was incredibly sad. I cried and I cried, but then I saw Alec. His back was to me, and I ran and gave him a big hug, and I felt a little better. See you soon. Love, Mom. My own trip was 10 years ago, but I still remember peering into the pit of human ash at Majdanek death camp in Lublin, where my mother is today, and wondering why, how. I still remember locking arms with my classmates singing Hatikva, a song of Jewish redemption and hope on the grounds of Auschwitz. Each word an ode of defiance to the Nazis whose efforts to exterminate the Jewish people failed. Our hope is not yet lost, our hope of 2,000 years to be a nation free in our own land. I think of what this day means to me, and despite the catastrophe, I think of miracles. There is a reason the phrase Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live, has endured through centuries of persecution and genocide, because Jews know that our existence is a miracle. I think of how few tiny twists of fate it would have taken for my great-grandparents not to have made it from Eastern Europe to Detroit in the beginning of the 20th century and to have perished in the Holocaust instead. Madam Speaker, Jews know all too well that when democracy falters, minorities are always the first to be threatened. My great-grandparents did not travel across the globe, leave their families behind, and flee from the horrors of 19th century Europe to the beacon of America so that we could watch our democracy fail generations later. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that history never repeats itself, because each of us is indeed a miracle, and we can honor that miracle by defending our rights and doing all that we can to repair the world around us. That is the lesson of Yom HaShoah. Madam Speaker, I urge my colleagues to join me in passing this resolution.
Speaker recognizes Representative Steckloff.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My family story is very tragic. I lost an entire side of my family, not a single survivor through the Holocaust. But when you look around Michigan and you look around Metro Detroit, one of the most amazing things we have here is a strong, vibrant Jewish population. And it's not just a population of Jews, it's a population of Holocaust survivors. For those of you who don't know, Michigan was the first place to create a Holocaust museum back in the 80s, before DC and before any other state. And the wonderful thing about this Holocaust memorial was it was created by survivors. So when you tour the Holocaust, you're being led through someone's actual journey. And with that, I would love to invite you all. We will be doing a tour of the Holocaust Memorial Center in the beautiful 19th District in Farmington Hills at 2:30. And I hope you will all take me up on my offer to come and join. It'll be a wonderful tour. You can see what makes Michigan so special, because this Holocaust Memorial really shows the world where Michigan stands, where Michigan talks about the Holocaust. We talk about the failures and the triumphs. And it's so awesome, incredibly amazing, to be surrounded by survivors still in 2023. Thank you all. Oh, I don't know if I can say this yet. Is it okay if I put the resolution, no, not yet?
I think I know where this is headed, Representative, and the resolution will be available on the electronic calendar, so there's no need. But thank you. The question before the House is the adoption of House Resolution 78. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Continuing on the order of motion resolution, move to take up House Resolution 79.
Without objections to order, the clerk will read.
House Resolution number 79, introduced by Representative Roth, a resolution to declare April 2023 as Home Care Awareness Month in the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Representative Roth.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate this time. As a husband of a nurse for 36 years in a local hospital in my area, I really appreciate the efforts of home health care and private sector, or whatever kind of health care that's out there. My wife worked very hard for 36 years as a floor nurse, now transitioning into a different side of the healthcare system, so I'm glad for her. But this is to honor this resolution would honor April as Home Health Care Awareness Month. These are both family and friend caregivers, as well as professional direct care workers, aiding with the activities of daily living, allowing for our loved ones the option and dignity to age at home. And as we know, during the pandemic, those that were able to stay in their homes did much better than those in care facilities. Studies have shown obviously, that home health care is preferred. The independence of being at home and close to family, it also helps us lower the cost of health care. This is the fastest growing professional occupation in the next 10 years, we believe. It's already grown from 3 million in 2009 to 4.6 million today. Looking to add another 1.3 after that million workers, and that would be by 2028. I would like to thank the Home Health Care Association of Michigan. They have been a great resource to constituents and family members looking to help find the best care for their families. Be it resolved, of course, that we are going to say April 2023 is recognized as honor the Home Health Care Awareness Month. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
The question for the House is the adoption of House Resolution 79. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Speaker, I move to proceed with the order of motions and continuing on the order of motions and resolutions. I move to suspend Rule 71.
Majority Floor Leader moves to suspend Rule 71. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. Rule 71 is suspended. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing the order of motion and resolution, I move to take up House Resolution 80.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 80, introduced by Representative Farhat, a resolution to declare April 21st, 2023 as Eid al-Fitr Day in the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Representative Farhat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For those of you that have been unaware, for the last 30 days...
Members, we have a colleague addressing the body. Please give him your attention. Speaker recognizes Representative Farhat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For the last 30 days, Muslims across the world have been fasting in observation of the holy month of Ramadan. During that month, Muslims are encouraged to reflect on the generosity of life, how God has blessed some of us with the ability to never go hungry, for not the ability, but for the not going through the experience of knowing where your next meal is coming from, not wondering what it is going to look like tomorrow if you're going to be able to feed yourself. And so for these 30 days, Muslims from sunrise to sunset abstain from eating food or drinking water, or any liquid for that matter. And at the end of those 30 days is Eid al-Fitr, or the Eid, the celebration of breaking fast to commemorate the end of Eid. I encourage my colleagues here today to join me in voting up this resolution, and also to encourage them to talk to their Muslim neighbors and wish them a happy Eid tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to echo some of the sentiments of my colleague from the 3rd District and remind our colleagues that this is going to be a joyous weekend for many constituents across the state. And if folks have the opportunity, Madam Speaker, to reach out to their Muslim neighbors and constituents and recognize that we've gone about 30 days without morning coffee. And it's partly why I've been a little less energized on this House floor. But rest assured, next week I'll be fired up and ready to go and caffeinated and hydrated and hopefully not so hungry. But on a serious note, you know, Muslims across the world are celebrating this in some unfortunate circumstances. And we are incredibly blessed to be in a state that is welcoming of the Muslim community here in Michigan, because we are a part of that fabric here in this great state. Your Muslim neighbors are your substitute teachers, they're your doctors, they're your mechanics, sometimes they're your state representatives. And I'm only one of 4 Muslims to ever serve in this chamber, so I think it's incredibly important to highlight the need for us to continue to embrace the rich, diverse fabric of this state. And you know, we may have some legislation coming down the pipeline to recognize this holiday as an official state holiday. So thank you, Madam Speaker.
The question for the House is the adoption of House Resolution 80. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to the order of second reading of bills and take up calendar item number 9, Senate Bill 101.
Without objections to order, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 9, Senate Bill 101, a bill to amend the Insurance Code of 1956. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, I move to take up calendar item number 17, House Bill 4047.
Without objections to order, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 17, House Bill 4047, introduced by Representative Bazat, a bill to designate February 1 of each year as Blue Star Mother's Day. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to the order of third reading of bills and take up calendar item number 9, Senate Bill 101, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objections to order, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 9, Senate Bill 101, a bill to amend the Insurance Code of 1956. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? Oh, I'm sorry. The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. The question for the House is, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Hearing no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of Senate Bill 101, there are 102 aye votes and 4 nay votes.
Majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed.
One later.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
For immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor, please rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I have a special guest in the West Gallery. Lauren Gass has been interning in my office over this past semester and has done a great job, and wanted to recognize her today.
Will the guests of Representative Shannon please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Representative Hadsma.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's my pleasure to present some special guests of mine from Calhoun County, Judge John Hallisey, Judge Beardsley, and Judge Bomia, who are all in the East Side Gallery. They were here today earlier for an association of treatment court professionals, and they're very much involved in treatment court alternatives in Calhoun County.
Will the guests of Representative Hadsma please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move to take up calendar item number 17, House Bill 4047, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 17, House Bill 4047, introduced by Representative Bazat, a bill to designate February 1 of each year as Blue Star Mother's Day. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? Members, we have other colleagues wishing to address the body. Please give them your attention and quiet down. Speaker recognizes Representative Martin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's been my privilege the last couple years to introduce a resolution for Blue Star Mothers every February 1st. Being from Genesee County, it's very important to me that this happens and turns it into a state holiday, as the Blue Star Mothers, 300 of them met in the Durant Hotel in Flint, Michigan, February 1st, 1942, to establish the Blue Star Mothers. And so it's my privilege to support this bill to become a state holiday. Thank you, Madam.
Speaker recognizes Representative Bazat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today to tell you a little bit about the significance that the Blue Star Mothers have had in Michigan and why you should vote yes on House Bill 4047, which designates February 1st of each year as Blue Star Mother's Day in Michigan. 8 weeks after the attacks on Pearl Harbor on February 1st, 1942, about 300 mothers who had children serving in World War II gathered at the Durant Hotel in Flint, Michigan, founding a group they called Blue Star Mothers. This group received media attention, and the idea spread rapidly, with Blue Star Mothers groups quickly popping up across our country. 81 years later, Blue Star Mothers throughout the United States still play an important role in boosting the morale of the men and women who serve our country. Every year, they pack and ship thousands of care packages to our men and women deployed overseas. They volunteer to help homeless veterans. They provide support for wounded warriors, honor our fallen during funeral services, and offer a compassionate community for the people whose loved ones are serving in harm's way. Blue Star Mothers certainly deserve a day of recognition here in the state where it all started. I urge my colleagues to support and vote yes for House Bill 4047. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Members, the board will be closing shortly. Please vote at your desks. Clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4047, there are 106 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor, please rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to see the order of second reading bills taken count line item 24, Senate Bill 6-3.
Without objection so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 24, Senate Bill 6-3, a bill to amend the revised school code. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are amendments. The clerk will read.
Representative DeBoyer offers a series of 2 amendments identified as Amendment 1.
Question for the House is the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Beeson offers 1 amendment identified as Amendment number 2.
The question for the House is the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question for the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to see the order of third reading bills taken count line item number 24, Senate Bill 6-3, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection so ordered. A reminder to members, please remain on the floor during third reading. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 24, Senate Bill 6-3, a bill to amend the revised school code. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Members, please vote at your desks. Members, the board will be closing shortly. Please vote at your desks. Clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of Senate Bill 63, there are 61 aye votes and 45 nay votes.
The majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor, please rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that committees be given leave to meet during the balance of today's session.
Without objections so ordered, committees are given leave to meet. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just let the members know there will be no further voting when the House adjourns to Senate until Tuesday, April 25th at 1:30 p.m.
Without objections so ordered, the House will stand at ease at the call of the chair. Speaker recognizes Representative Weiss.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to make a special introduction of